Men who sleep less than 5 hours a night have significantly smaller testicles than men who sleep 7 to 8 hours. In fact, men who only get 4 to 5 hours of sleep have testosterone levels 10 years older than their age. All right, now sleep is by far the most underrated cure-all. And here's the deal. We live in a man-made or artificial world where we have lights coming at us and all types of bloops and bleeps, and it's messing with our sleep. And here's something really important to understand. Humans are designed to work by the sun and by temperature. And keep that in mind. I'm going to get back to that in a second. So let's talk about men and why sleep is so important for us guys. Men who sleep less than 5 hours a night have significantly smaller testicles than men who sleep 7 to 8 hours. Your testosterone forms while you're asleep. In fact, men who only get 4 to 5 hours of sleep have testosterone levels 10 years older than their age. So basically, a lack of sleep can age a man by 10 years. Saying you can sleep when you're dead is dead wrong. That's just stupid. Don't do that. You need to get your sleep. It's vitally important. The shorter your sleep, the shorter your lifespan. That's just science. In fact, the World Health Organization has designated that if you're working that night shift, you're working overnight, well, you're messing with your sleep pattern, and they actually call it carcinogenic. It can cause cancer. And to make matters even crazier, not getting enough sleep actually makes you dumber. You need sleep before learning to sort of like prep your brain, and you need sleep after learning. And it's really important because basically while you're asleep, your brain is taking the information that you gave it in that short-term memory bank. And then while you're asleep, that's when it stores it into long-term memory. So basically, when you don't get that sleep, you don't get that long-term memory, you're actually just dumber. Now let's talk about sleep, aging, and your immune system. With one night of 4 hours sleep, you actually reduce your immune system by 70%. And we're talking about your immune system's capacity to kill cancer cells. Over 30% of the medical problems that doctors are facing are tied to lack of sleep. Now, for my guys, like myself, you got a little extra weight on you. If you're not getting that sleep, you're not going to be able to lose that weight. That chronic inflammation is what's causing you to keep that weight on. And the truth of the matter is, we're not designed for sleep deprivation. We're designed to go to sleep. So basically, your body starts imploding, both in your brain and your body, when you don't get that good sleep. So let's give you some tips for better sleep. So really what you want to get into is regular sleep. Regular sleep time is king. So you have to set a pattern for yourself and keep with it. Now, here's a good way to get better sleep, which is to lower the temperature. Remember earlier, I was saying humans are designed to work with the sun and with temperature. So when the sun goes down, it gets cooler and it gets darker. So your body is already pre-programmed to understand that, oh, it's cooler, it's dark, time to go to sleep. So in your room, you need for it to be cooler. And for a lot of guys, we got this new memory foam, these new mattresses that hold heat to it. You have to actually start looking at getting mattress tops. They actually have them on Amazon and different places that will actually keep you cooler so you'll go to sleep faster. And to keep the room cool, you want to keep the temperature down to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius. And of course, let me go ahead and say the obvious. Alcohol, weed, and caffeine messes with your sleep. So alcohol messes with your sleep in 3 different ways because, first of all, it's a sedative. But it doesn't function like a sedative that's going to just nicely put you to sleep. Nope, doesn't work like that. It'll basically turn off a part of your brain that's supposed to be firing while you're asleep. So you're not getting good quality deep sleep. It fragments your sleep. So basically, your brain is sort of like in fight or flight while you're asleep. So you'll just wake up and then go back to sleep, wake up and go back to sleep, not knowing it. And it also stops your REM, your dream sleep. So you're not being as creative when you have that part stopped. Caffeine. Caffeine stays in your system for 10 to 12 hours. So let's say, for example, you start drinking a cup of coffee at like 2 o'clock p.m. Well, it's still in your system up till 12 o'clock. And what happens at 12 o'clock midnight? Well, you're up, your sleep is fragmented, you're having problems. It just makes it hard to go to sleep and hard to stay asleep. Now, as far as weed is concerned, well, it may seem like it should make you sleepy. Some weed actually makes you hyper. But the problem also is the same. You're just not getting that good quality deep sleep. You keep waking up for snacks. That's what's going on. This is Uncle B saying, get your game up, go hard, peace out.